2 weeks ago, I visited my dad, who has 2 successful podcasts and achieved his dream to be a radio DJ when he was just 21. And that's when he told me something so simple, it would change my whole outlook on how I approach creativity. But before I tell you what he said, who is my dad? Let's rewind to when my dad was in high school. So like 1972?
I graduated in 1978.
My dad, his whole life as a kid, wanted to be a radio DJ. As he got older, he spent all his time focusing on how he could achieve this. He volunteered after school at his local radio station, cleaning and doing other odd things for free, just to be around the thing he loved the most. Later in high school, he got an internship that he would take into college. After he graduated university with a major in mass communication, he found himself with a job at the first radio station he volunteered at. Fast forward 50-something years to today, and my dad lives 3 or 4 states away from the radio station he's employed by, working as a producer and a host of a podcast for that station, as well as running his own podcast. Would you say you've accomplished your dreams in terms of radio?
Yeah, I wanted to be in radio starting middle school, and my dream was to be a morning radio DJ. And I got to do morning radio for more than 2 decades in my adult life.
So then what did he tell me? You see, we as creative beings love the idea of freedom, chasing our dreams and exploring the depths of our ideas to create something the world has never seen. But is that actually beneficial? On a walk with my dad when I visited, he was asking me how my editing jobs were going, and I had mentioned that, I don't know, they were good, but sometimes I feel tied down creatively because there isn't much freedom. He then responded saying, "That's good, that's actually what you want." Perplexed, I asked what he meant by that, which is when he said, "I believe strongly that focused thinking is a key ingredient to creativity. Boundaries foster creativity because your mind is focused." I quickly disagreed and told him that it's the boundaries that are actually limiting me. I need to be free, baby. Which he then told me he disagreed with. You see, my dad knew what he wanted to do, so he had a focused mind, which allowed him to make choices around that topic, and he grew in that field.
I started with the idea of a photo that I could draw. Had no idea what I was going to do with it, so I had created my little boundaries, and I found that the writing part, which is really the creative part of humor, was so much better. I enjoy being creative and am more creative when there are preset boundaries. Because when there are no boundaries, you can creatively explore millions of miles wide. Creatively exploring so much, you don't go very deep. But having boundaries, it allows me to get creatively deep, which really mines the good stuff.
Yeah. For example, have you ever been around someone that wants to do really big things in their respected field, but it seems like they can never make the first step? I guess it's because they don't know where to go. They have too many roads in front of them. They're probably afraid that they're going to make the wrong choice, or they're just left with option paralysis. It's better to go far on one road than travel a little down each and not really accomplish anything. So what am I trying to say? Boundaries force us to be creative. Instead of trying to create something new and different, put yourself in a box and ask yourself, how can you make it your own? You'll find yourself creating your own unique spin to it and will grow faster than if you just sit on your hands waiting. Or if you want it broken down really, really, really simple, remember when Netflix wasn't around and you didn't spend hours trying to figure out what you wanted to watch? You just watched what you had? It's kind of like that. Instead of trying to find the perfect movie, you decide that what you have is the perfect movie, and you just watch it with your full attention. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes we want to accomplish these really great big things, but it seems impossible to figure out how to get there, overlooking what we have right in front of us. But when you realize what is in front of you is all you need, you'll find yourself growing in your creativity way faster than you could ever imagine. But with all that being said, if you like what my dad had to say, be sure to check out his podcast. The link is in the description below. Make sure to like and subscribe, as that goes so far for a small YouTuber like myself. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.